I can finally talk about it. I have a special zone from Philip that will be able to give me one of the mythical Pokemon that I'm still missing. But I wanted to make a mention of these particular legendary and mythical Pokemon. Just so I can, it doesn't matter what I'm going to do, just I'm going to give myself Hypercopa, just make it like that. Because I know what I find on the other side, I'm sorry said, because I do not want to waste this precious donut for that. That precious donut is going to be useful for what I'm trying to do next, and well, I've actually been busy since. You may remember that during my Super Mario Galaxy, I mentioned that I was searching for the legendary Pokemon as shinies. Well, let's talk about these. When you conducted a special scan for Hyperspace Server, only 25,000 points, which is not exactly much, since you only need to do like 3 Road Mega Pokemon battles for to do that. You can encounter all kinds of special zones. There's also still the very dangerous battle zones. Those, in my opinion, are dust, but the wild zones are a lot more interesting. The wild zones can be given you every single starter, the fossils, Rotom, Gimmighoul. That kinds of stuff, like really just hyper focus on the starters, hyper focus on Gimmighoul, Rotom, and also Rotom and the fossils, like wild fossils like that. Really cool stuff. But there's also the chance you get these yellow ones, which will give you legendary and mythical Pokemon. There is 7 of them. There's 7 of them to be found here, and let's talk about it. When you go in here, you get contacted by Mabel. I'm picking up on Meloetta near you. Search it out and catch it. When you encounter these locations, they will be always preset with Pokemon based entirely on the Pokemon's type. So not exactly this one this time, because I see Fairy type Pokemon there. And there's Meloetta. So what I'm going to do is simply going to be catching Meloetta. Okay, what's one I'm going to want my questions answered. Maybe Meloetta. Meloetta. I guess when you transformed, you lost sight. Let's see, can I go to my Ultra Balls? There you go, got Meloetta. Jeez, that took a little while. But then again, catching just like a regular Pokemon like that, just like a normal Pokemon, that is kinda tricky. Like when you simply catch the legendary or mythical Pokemon you find there, and you simply get out, because there's not exactly anything else there you can find there. Meloetta is a particular Pokemon indeed. It's a very tricky Pokemon that's a normal Psychic type when it's in Aria form, but when it becomes when it uses Relic Song, it can become its Pure Red form, and then back. When Pure Red form, it's a normal and fighting type. It's a very tricky Pokemon indeed, a very bit of a goblin, shall we say. Because the type combinations of normal Psychic and normal Fighting is really cool. It's a special attacker in this form, but it's a physical attacker in its pure red form. So you can make like a mixed attacker, but the only downside is you need to use Relic Song each time you have to use that. But there is another nice little detail about these special zones that I'm kind of in the middle of that. And you can see it right there. The other legendary Pokemon you can find there are Latias, Latios, Cobalion, Terrakion, and Virizion. They can in fact be shiny. I am only missing Virizion, and that's also the matter of the fact of getting this hands on Keldeo, and I want to actually need to find Keldeo as well, just to talk about things. I like to go Meloetta first because there's one little detail about the legendary Pokemon that is really nice. So here's Meloetta. Meloetta, the Aria Pokemon. Aria form, the Melody Pokemon. Sung using a special vocalization technique, Meloetta's songs can manipulate the emotions of those who hear them. Now that it's reclaimed a long-forgotten song, Meloetta captivates everyone with his enchanting dance steps. So Lyric Song is indeed called like that because of, well... Let's also talk about the other legendary Pokemon we got there. Cobalion, the Iron Will Pokemon. It has a body and a heart of steel. One glare from Cobalion can bring even the most ferocious of Pokemon to heal. And then there is Terrakion, the Cavern Pokemon. It charges with enough force to break through a giant castle wall in one blow. This Pokemon is spoken of in legends. Latias. It communicates its feelings using telepathy. To make itself invisible, it covers its body in down and refracts light. Both its flying capacity and attack power have increased. It scatters transparent down to confuse its opponents. Latios, the Pokemon, it understands human speech and is highly intelligent. It is intended Pokemon and dislikes fighting. Ironically, it's the offensive part that says that. It flies at a speed exceeding Mach 4. It is among the top tier of all Pokemon in terms of aerial combat and capabilities. Now you may notice that I did mention WTC, the Mega Latios and Mega Latias. The difference is of course the size and the eye color. Yellow means Latias and red eyes is Latios. If you want to know how it looks like in the shiny, it will have a green eye in the shiny form as for Latias, and for Latios, orange. Let's see, what's this Verizon's Pokédex entry again? I need to look at that for you guys too. So give me a moment to look at that for you guys. Virizion, the grass-type Pokemon, it confounds opponents with its quick movements, darting around them like a whirlwind as it carves them up mercilessly with its sharp horns. Let's also talk about their signature moves as well, yeah, because, oh my god, they are quite the interesting Pokemon indeed, and I do want to make mention of that. Since, yeah, even Cobalion and Terrakion are actually kind of... I haven't been having my fun with these three in particular for a while now. And it's something I didn't actually know about Lost Approach, Mist Ball, and whatnot. Mist Ball is now 95 power. That's a change they did in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. It was already 80 power, but now it's a lot stronger. Last Approach has also the same effect. I don't know any like that though, so. Mist Balls look like this. Lost Approach does this. It shines a light up and then it bursts like that. Mist Ball has the effect of lowering the opponent's special attack by a chance of a coin flip, but Lost Approach is special defense. But Sacred Sword is kind of unique in this game, when it is used by Keldeo, Terrakion, and Virizion. Unique animation, and will increase their attack and special attack. I need to check if it actually isn't like a unique enemy. Let me just see if I have get myself my Aegis stat real quick. Let's see, let me go to boxes. I have a Honedge. Yeah, Honedge right here. I don't know when you need to level up. I know that you can learn. Okay. I do need you to level up a lot more, because this is the thing. That's doublets. I also need to get myself a Dusk Stone. Do I don't have a Dusk Stone? Because that's what you need to do get for that. Well, time to go to the Storm Point after I get this bonus card. Dusk Stone, I need that, please. Thank you. There we go. Dusk Stone on you. There we go, Aegis Slash. There's King's Shield. Let me first W up all the way. Thank you. So, because I know you can learn Sacred Sword. You are definitely one of the Pokemon that actually got Sacred Sword, there we go. So let's go to another Battle Zone then. So, because it should now not be like a blue sword like coming out of its out of the tip of the sword, right? Yeah. I can't go. Yeah. Yeah. It's only with Keldeo, Terrakion, and Virizion which will have their sword coming out of the blackness of their heads. You can see, and only Keldeo, Terrakion, and Virizion will be getting that boost when they use Sacred Sword. That's of course a small little nod to how they were the first Pokemon in existence who were able to learn the move Sacred Sword before it got handed away to other Pokemon as well, with Aegis Slash being the first instances of that to happen. Then came Katana, and then other Pokemon followed after as well. So, let me cut it when I found Keldeo for you guys, because there's no little detail about these legendary Pokemon that I really like. But let's see if I can actually just see it for myself in the ranked battles for myself. But I'll be cutting it when I found Keldeo, so give me a moment about that. Be sure to remember that you need to turn your mic on when you're going to want to do a commentary when you do this kind of stuff. So yeah, there is my distortion for today. Yeah, I can make that trick. I do need to get myself some net balls because I know that one is Keldeo. Sure, let me get some net balls because Keldeo is a water type Pokemon, and water type Pokemon gets affected by the net ball, even if they're not really fish. So where does it appear? Right there? Ah, that's quick. Doesn't really matter what I use here. And there we go. I'm picking up on Keldeo near you. Search it out and catch it. So I have to search for Keldeo, but I know I have to go somewhere up. Oh god. Look at all them water taps, and I have to go somewhere really high up. I have plenty of time, but I just need to get myself up the roof, because the way I need to get myself to Keldeo is kind of really weird and difficult. Let's see, where is a way to get myself up the roofs? Oh! This scaffolding, maybe? So what I need to search for is the area, I believe past those Machoka Machamp is where Keldeo is supposed to be. Yeah, there, it's right there. Now that's the reason why I'm glad we're gonna get Keldeo, because in order of Keldeo and Meloetta, because if we get to contact. Yep! You hear that correctly! Pokemon with their own the source of justice will have the legendary Pokemon of Unova playing in the background. Where's my net balls? There we go. There you go, got Keldeo. That makes all the special zones done for me. And I'm saying that for a reason. Here's Keldeo. I think if I change moves around, Earth Power, Spirit, Secret Swords. When do I want to swap it? Well, it would be. I don't need to teach it Sword Stance because it already can use Sacred Sword as a way to get itself its special moves up, like both physical and special moves. And then you will see it transform into its Resolute form. Let's see right there because that's exactly. And so you like that I will like that Keldeo also gets the benefit from Sacred Sword, since it is a member of the Swords of Justice. Let's fight and then fight this Alpha Croc. So Sacred Sword looks like this. In with Keldeo, you can kind of use it. Also does the sword animation, but the Secret Sword does it. Pretty much the same animation, but it's yellow because Keldeo is special like that. You don't know how all these legendary Pokemon and mythical Pokemon are as Pokemon. I mentioned about how Meloetta is as a Pokemon, since like being a trick Pokemon, being like a special attacker as the Scourier form. than a speedy physical attacker as in its pure red form. Latias is a bulky Pokemon with decent special attack. When it Mega evolves, it becomes even bulkier, but it becomes much more stronger as well, so it'll be able to do some great damage as well. Latios is the the offensive counterpart of the two. When Mega evolves, it becomes even stronger and can take hits pretty well. Cobalion the Swords of Justice are all pretty decent attackers. Cobalion's high set is defense. With Sacred Sword boosting its attack and special attack, you can also make it a decent special attacker as well. With use of Flash Cannon and whatnot, so you had the options with it right there. Terrakion is completely on the offensive scale. The attack set is its highest set, so with Sacred Sword boosting its own attack, yeah, that's really dangerous. Virizion is Cobalion's special counterpart. So when it so pretty much it still has similar stats to Cobalion, but its special defense is its highest stats. Really bad to say with its 4 times weakness to flying though. Keldeo is Terrakion's special counterpart, essentially. The only difference between Keldeo and the other Sword of Justice, it'll learn Sacred Sword really late, but it's already high enough that it already learned Sacred Sword, so I know that as well. So let's care to guess what kind of video I have for you today for tomorrow. So see you guys when I have those legendary Pokemon, these shiny legendary Pokemon on video for you guys. Enjoy that compilation.